Hello and welcome to Could Colbert Actually Run for President? Explained by me, Pop Vote. Let's start with the answer to that question. Yes, Stephen Colbert could absolutely mount a serious bid for president. How, you ask? Well, there are many factors to consider, but let's start with the constitutional requirements to become president. They are 1. Be a natural-born U.S. citizen, 2. Be at least 35 years old, and 3. Live in the United States for at least 14 years. Like most Americans, Colbert gets a pass on all three accounts. But now on to the nitty-gritty part, getting elected. There's no single road to the Oval Office, but I'll break down the general routes starting with pre-candidacy. Pre-candidacy is the optional part of any campaign devoted to testing the waters with television appearances, book releases, political action committees, and exploratory committees. So, how does the father of truthiness fare on the pre-candidacy? Well, he knocks it out of the park. And the next step is pretty simple too. File to become a candidate with the Federal Elections Commission. But now we have a problem because though Colbert may be an official presidential candidate, he still needs to get on each state's ballot so people can vote for him. There are three ways to get on a state's ballot: run as a write-in candidate, a political party nominee, or an independent. So let's examine running as a write-in candidate. For those who don't know, some ballots have a blank line for citizens to write in the name of smaller write-in candidates. In most states, all you need to do to become a write-in candidate is file before a certain deadline. Sounds easy enough. However, write-in candidates are super unlikely to win against normal candidates. Not only do voters have to bear the burden of knowing how to spell the candidate's name, but 6 states don't allow any presidential write-ins, putting these candidates at an immediate disadvantage. So, becoming a write-in candidate isn't an option, but surely Colbert could run with a party already on the ballot. Nope. State parties can reject candidates. In fact, in 2007, the South Carolina Democratic Party declined Colbert's petition for candidacy on the grounds that he wasn't a serious candidate, and it's pretty likely most other major parties would do the same. But what about the hipsters of the political world, the third parties? Colbert could run with one of them, right? Once again, it's not that simple. Democrats and Republicans and most state legislators have made it pretty hard for their third-party rivals to get on the ballot, generally requiring third parties to receive a considerable portion of the vote in a previous election before allowing their candidates access to the ballot. But running as an independent is still on the table. Could Colbert get enough votes as an independent to become POTUS? Heck yeah. With enough signatures, Colbert Nation could put Papa Colbert on the ballot in every state. But the race isn't over because we still haven't talked about the bane of my existence, the Electoral College. Specifically, what happens if Colbert and his competitors split the electoral vote in such a way that no candidate has a majority? Well, you might think that the candidate with the most votes becomes president, but no way, Jose. The House of Representatives gets to decide who becomes president, and since the House is comprised exclusively of Democrats and Republicans, Colbert doesn't have a rat's chance of winning the presidency. And that's not all. There's still the possibility that Colbert splits the vote with one of the major candidates and not the other. For example, let's say the Democrat could beat the Republican in an election with just 2 candidates. Swap out the Democrat with similarly minded Stephen Colbert, and the Republican still loses. But if the Democrat and Colbert both run, they split the votes and lose to the Republican, even though the majority of voters would prefer either of the other 2 liberal candidates. In 3 out of the last 6 elections, a third candidate has spoiled the election for a major party candidate. In races with more than 2 serious candidates, our elections stop working. There are just too many problems in the way of smaller candidates. So, could Colbert actually mount a serious bid for presidency? Absolutely. But could he win? Probably not. But it's because he's the third candidate in a 2-party system, not because he's Stephen Colbert.
My name is Stephen Colbert, and I am an American citizen.
Greetings, Internet. If you liked this video, you might want to check out this video, and also this video. But not this video. Actually, yeah, just check that one out too. Oh, and if you like facts, links are in the description. See you next time.
I am here to represent your voice, so please quiet down so we can all hear what you have to say with my mouth.